Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Tommy C. of the Shot from the Point Hockey Channel. Join us in our little community on this show, In the Crease with Tommy C. I don't have anybody with me, but Evgeni. And as we talk, take calls about the whole hockey world in a way that you're not used to, outside the blogosphere, outside the mainstream sports world. This is a place to speak your mind. This is where we take you in. And if you're going to get hung up on by your local sports talk jerk-off, you're probably not going to get hung up on here. So join us, why don't you, for In the Crease with Tommy C., Shot from the Point Hockey Channel, and all we have to offer. Stick around. Let's get this thing started. What do you say? What's going on, everybody? It's time for your evening ice. Let's do this. What's going on, everybody? This is In the Crease with Tommy C. Nobody in my crease today. Down on Dave has the day off. Of course, he has the big Raw review on the Joe Cronin channel. Yes, he sure does. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about the man to my right, your left, maybe. Actually, your right, my left. I don't know. Evgeni Nabokov. He was recently dealt to San Jose to finish up his really great career. You know, I was looking over some of this guy's stuff. Trips to the Olympics, trips scoring a goal, actually. So we got a little bit to talk about with Evgeni, and it has absolutely nothing to do with an extremely slow news day in the hockey world. No, I want to talk about Evgeni Nabokov. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. I'll be perfectly honest with you. No, nothing against Evgeni, but this is a slow one. So I'm hoping you callers out there give me a little bit of a hand. And after I go over this, you can call us at 718-395-7660. And join us right here in the Crease with Tommy C. Every Monday through Thursday. All the great hockey stuff going on right here. All right, Evgeni Nabokov. Cut the music. He got traded to Tampa Bay over the summer. And he was supposed to back up Big Ben Bishop. And it didn't really work out all that well. He is a 3-6-2 with a goal with a save percentage of .901 at even strength, and it didn't quite work out. Of course, Mr. Nabokov has had a spectacular career. He's now 39 years old, and that's when it really starts leaving professional athletes. Anything after 37. I'm 38. I guess Marty kind of found that out recently. It just kind of goes away. I don't know what's up with it. I really don't know. Of course, Nabokov actually scored a goal in 2002. Let me look at some of his other stats. He spent most of his career in San Jose. In 2010, he was traded to the New York Islanders, where he spent a couple good years. His goals against average was never really beautiful, I suppose. Well, that was supposed to be something different. That didn't turn out the way I'd hoped. His goals against average was never anything to shake a stick out, but he did have a very good quality career. Like I said, one trip to the Olympics. And Jesus, guys, it's really slow. We had a great day on Shot from the Point Live yesterday, of course, 3 p.m. Sundays, Eastern Standard, the Week in Hockey News. And boy, did we shoot it all at once, because I'm talking about Evgeni Nabokov by myself. So keep me company, Evgeni. If anybody's got any comments on that, 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. I'm almost glad Dave's not here, because, boy, it is particularly slow out there. Let me go to my favorite hockey blog that I just absolutely love to hate. Let me see if I can get that for you. Add. Here we go. Screen capture. Bang. Let's have you all join me now on this. Yeah, this is it. Evgeni Nabokov. Well, some kid did a Michigan, the lacrosse style girl. That's kind of old. That's not really a big deal. We've seen that. Hell, we've seen it in the NHL. And Ryan Lampert wrote an article about Vander Kane. And that's all we got. That's all we got. Oh, shit. You know what? I forgot to turn on the phone lines. You're probably all calling and not being able to get in, but I didn't turn on Skype, so you can't get in. But I'm looking to hear from you. I definitely well, looks like we got a caller right off the bat. I hope this actually works and doesn't crash. Frenchie Ben, you're on the air. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, and you?
It's kind of slow news day. Not
yeah,
much
that's
going
why
on.
I'm calling.
Yeah.
And I see that Dead on Dave is not there.
No, he's got Raw Review tonight. He's also having some health issues. So let's face it, he's saving it for the 11,000 subs Cronin has, and maybe skipping out on the 700 or soon to be 800 that I have. So what's on your mind, Ben?
Let's say, yesterday I watched Bruins Canadiens game.
You got to be happy about that. Bruins never really got a hold of that game. I watched it myself.
No, but it was a really, really good game.
Mm-hmm. Did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was intense and great puck moving and all the things.
And it's, we keep kind of hammering at this ad nauseum. These games in February mean a lot. They make statements for really what you're going to see in the playoffs. I mean, it's not unreasonable to see that there would be another Montreal-Boston matchup in the playoffs this year. And the Canadiens made a statement. Bruins go down to the Rangers and the Canadiens in the past week. These are good teams, and Boston's going to, even though they're kind of on an uptick, Boston's going to have to beat teams like the Canadiens. You saw Tuukka Rask. I mean, he's beaten the Canadiens only 3 times his entire career. I think you have to be a little concerned if you're a Boston Bruin fans because no longer are the Habs afraid to go into Boston Garden or even have the big bad Bruins come into the Forum.
As Roy said, it's about time they play Malcolm Subban.
Yes, maybe. Because
Montreal, at least.
They got Tuukka's number.
But the whole team of Boston, I think when they play against Montreal, they become too much emotional and they don't control it.
I think that's a very good point. I didn't think of it that way. In fact, if you wanted, you could look at it 2 ways. I think Montreal gets in control with their emotions as far as, they want to beat the Bruins as bad as, that's a 2-way rivalry, boy.
Because in the Bruins' head, it must play like... man, we should beat these guys. We hate these guys, and it plays in their head.
Yeah, maybe this is just a little too much pressure. Maybe the Bruins are putting a little more pressure on themselves. But it seems, especially with last year's playoff series, that the Montreal Canadiens, they know and they are built to beat this Boston Bruins hockey team.
And yesterday the crowd was great, but the game began with the great René Rancourt, who sang the longest Star-Spangled Banner ever. But he's a classic, I'm sure Roy sings better than him, but his fist pumping in the end.
I love the fist
great.
pump. I love that fist pump.
He did three.
He did 3. Well, it was against you guys, so, you got to do more than one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Frenchie, man? And
during the weekend, you can take that maybe as a soundbite. There was a pass from Ruutu to Tutu against the Devils. But you can find Jagger says it on YouTube.
We really should use the Ruutu to Tutu soundbite because he did. That was over the I think it was during the preseason where Jagger made that comment, Ruutu to Tutu.
Yeah, during the weekend it was from Tutu to Ruutu.
Yeah, we definitely.
It was good.
We definitely got to work on that.
I listen in French, but I know that's what they said in English. So.
They say, yeah. Oh, so we got to get over there. Ruutu to Tutu. He scores! All right, dear Ben. What'd you think of the show Sunday? I thought we had one of our better ones.
Oh, it was a great one. It was the first time I was in the chat, and it was fun with Deb and Lauren Darkin.
400, a record for this channel, 400 comments in the chat. Unfortunately, for some reason, they don't save them. I couldn't read them all, which is ridiculous because they used to leave them.
Yeah.
They used to leave all the comments in there, and now, for some reason, after the live broadcast, it takes away, which takes away for me. It hurts me. I wish they would go back and allow those clips to be in there. All right, Ben.
It was a really good show. Hey, do you think Tommy Nabokov resembles
Lundqvist?
in his career path?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he's...
I always looked at the two
similar styles.
as the same. It has changed now because Lundqvist went to the finals last year. Mm-hmm. But before that, I thought they were kind of the same.
Yeah, you're very similar careers. Well, I don't think he ever won a Vezina. In fairness, that's a media voted event. They're definitely very two competent stand-up goalies. Very angle conscious. But I got to be honest with you. Yes, and I don't want to get into this thing because there are players that are more. It's kind of a good question. There are players that aren't as good as their celebrity leads them to be. And I always wondered if Hank was one of those guys. But I think with the two Vezina trophies, the trip to the Stanley Cup final, which probably would have been a sweep had it not been for Lundqvist, I think we could both agree on that.
Right now, I think he's a top 5.
Yeah, but I think he's slightly better than Nabokov. I guarantee Hank's going to go to the Hall of Fame. I don't see Evgeni getting into the Hockey Hall of Fame, although he was very, very
now
good.
They're separating.
Yeah.
Now Lundqvist is better. But before I leave you, Tommy,
sure.
Like Ding the Clown, I want to kick you in the ankle, Cronin.
I told you we got to get that going. I got to call him. I may make an appearance tonight, depending on my sleeping habits. Because
I'll listen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you around, bud. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right, brother. There it is. End call. Remember, whatever. It just ended on its own. 718-395-7660. A little bit of a slow day, and I do appreciate Mr. Ben calling in because it doesn't look like it's going to be. It don't look like it's going to be all that great. So if anybody else has got some opinions and things of that nature, let's do that. I do, because I do prep for this stuff, and I did prep today, but it really was a strain. I do have other things to talk about. Speaking of Henrik Lundqvist, he says it could have been worse. Howard Cosell says it could have been worse. Henrik Lundqvist. He met with the media yesterday, and they're saying apparently, let me see if I can get this on here. It's being termed a vascular injury, but what they're saying is, had they not caught this as early as they had, these types of all right. Well, Lundqvist is calling this he suffered a sprained blood vessel, and if they don't pick up on this stuff right away, you definitely could have a stroke. So I think I generally think that Hank is probably ready to go mentally and maybe even physically at this point. I think that there's an injury here that was possibly life-threatening, and they ain't taking no chances. And that's the impression I get with this, because it's just it seems to be so vague about what's going on. So he's another comment he said is like, I'm trying to accept I'm going to be out for a while. All right. So he probably heard you could play, but we're not taking any chances, and no professional athlete, especially somebody who's competitive as Lundqvist is. So this is obviously a take no chances right thing. I do expect Lundqvist to be back in uniform just as good as he was before, and that leads me to Mr. Cam Talbot. And right now it is Cam Talbot's team, the backup for the New York Rangers. I'm sure. I mean, this is what you live for as a backup goalie. If the big guy goes down, and you see the Ranger defense really sticking by him, and because they know they have to pick up their game, they can't lean on him like they lean on Hank. But it's definitely a tremendous opportunity for Cam. to show that he's a NHL quality goaltender, and maybe even a starting NHL quality goaltender. So in Cam we trust, and I trust that he's going to get through this. I'm really, actually, if Cam is 500 by the time this is over, then I'm more than happy with his debut. I mean, we cannot expect him to be Henrik Lundqvist. He's certainly not an all-star goalie, not yet. But Cam, if you think you're one of those superstars that just haven't been given a chance, here's your chance. A really good run could probably make a trade bait to start in a team. So, but I think most Ranger fans have a decent amount of faith in Cam. He had a kind of a rough camp and a bad start to the season, but he's always been a pleasant surprise when you put him in. I know most folks in the National Hockey League don't know that, not watching Ranger games all the time, but Cam always puts you at ease right away, and so far I'm quite happy with Mr. Talbot's play as a Ranger fan. God, there is nothing in the news. I need Dave here to drag things out. Let him go on a long diatribe. The other big news is the Kings defenseman Alec Martinez. He is day-to-day with a concussion. More bad news for the Los Angeles Kings and their injury-plagued end season. And not even just injury-plagued, but situation with, of course, Voynov, which I think the biggest reason. And I'm going to say it. I don't think the Kings are making the playoffs. Martinez is ninth in scoring, 17 points, but do whatever stat whatever you want. He's a plus 11, third highest in the team, first among defensemen. This is huge. That's coming from Jen Neal, Puck Daddy. And losing defenseman, considering they've struggled in that area a bit. Alec Martinez with concussion could not be all that good for them. Not at all. What else we got going on? I think I should just plug the shit out of my other show because it was just so good. It was so fantastic. Definitely check out. Just go to the main page, subscribe. Or don't subscribe. Just click on the Shot from the Point Hockey right below. And it'll show you an hour and a half of hockey news. Hockey news. And that's pretty much all I got, folks. There's not really much going on. Maybe I need a motivator. I'm usually a little more confident going in and get shows like this. Maybe I should switch it to Tuesday. Maybe I need a break after Sunday. But we really hit it on all counts. I was very proud of everybody. Dave Rose, Jeff, everybody really contributed. It is a team effort. I'm just the captain of this damn team. And that's pretty much all I got. I don't want to end it at 20 minutes, though. I'm not particularly interested in that. No. What do we got? Harrison Mooney? No, he didn't. He's online. Should I call him? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Not gonna do it. That's it. That's all I got. And so that's really all the big stories for the day. So, boy, I didn't realize how much I'd missed Dave. And I did. And I tried to get Matt, who's in school, and he wanted to do it like wireless, and it just doesn't work. And then, of course, Jeff's working. I didn't think to ask Dave Rose, but I don't know what his work situation is either. All right, folks. Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the games last night, because last night in the National Hockey League, Dallas overcomes the New York Rangers in overtime. Dallas actually was leading this 2-1 late in third, but after taking a delay of game penalty, popping it over the side of the boards, which led to some controversy, whether it was actually done or deflected in or not, gave the Rangers a power play, which Chris Kreider scored on, and they dragged that in the overtime. But then, Stars were able to put it away in overtime. Alex Hemsky puts it away. Guy who really hasn't been scoring all that much over there. Should have. And they beat the Rangers 3-2. Rangers pick up a point, so I don't care. Chicago over the St. Louis Blues, another big victory. Big victory there. I told you. These games that are potentially playoff ones are big. St. Louis gets taken down by Chicago Blackhawks 4-2. Philadelphia over the Washington Capitals. That's somewhat of a big win for them if they want to stay in it. Everything's big for Philadelphia at this point. They take the Caps 3-1. And the Nashville Predators, the best team in hockey in my opinion, they take Florida in a shootout. Florida getting some definite much-needed points in the shootout. Absolutely. That's big. It's huge. Islanders over Buffalo, 3-2. Anaheim Mighty Punks, they get smacked by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning strikes, 3-5. Lightning take it. And the Colorado Avalanche, they needed a big win in big way, and so does Winnipeg. They want it more. They still have a wild card spot, but things are far from tied up in Winnipeg. Winnipeg takes that 5-2. Avs really miss out on some much needed points. And our big show for the night, the Montreal Canadiens, they take their rival, the Boston Bruins, 3-1 in like a Frenchie Bed said, a very good hockey game. But you know, those Habs, they know how to beat the Bruins. So maybe the Boston Bruins gotta learn how to beat the Habs. That trick they tried in the playoffs last year didn't work. But always good to see. Something tells me you're going to be seeing that rematch this year in the upcoming playoffs. Tonight in the National Hockey League, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Edmonton Oilers take on the New Jersey Devils in New Jersey. The Los Angeles Kings, there in the Eastern Time Zone. They take on the Columbus Blue Jackets, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Vancouver Ducks take on the Minnesota North Stars. That's right, I said North Stars, because I can. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Arizona Coyotes, they're going to get a shellacking because they're heading to Chicago, and they're taking on the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, probably the deepest team in hockey. Late night game. Big game. Probably the most important game of the night. 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Calgary Flames are in San Jose. Recently, Calgary took a big game all over their Western Conference rivals, San Jose Sharks. And that's huge. That's quite huge. Very huge. So hopefully Calgary, Johnny Hockey from New Jersey, can make it happen. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry it wasn't my best work, but I'll see you tomorrow. And why don't you get out of my crease? I gotta be honest with you, I didn't like that one.